departments are distributing free confidential radon test kits, and you can get yours at the Berkeley County Health Department office in Martinsburg and the Morgan County Health Department office in Berkeley Springs. Protect your home and family. Get your free radon test kit today.
The following sports broadcast is a special presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school basketball. Today's high school basketball broadcast is being brought to you by
Bechtel Jewelers, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, CMA Honda of Winchester, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mirius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, Hagerstown Ford, Orsini's Home Store, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, and WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Center.
And now, let's go courtside and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
Good afternoon and welcome into the Cardinal Coliseum here at Spring Mills High School as we get you set for varsity action between Greenbrier East, the visitors, and the Spring Mills Cardinals. I'm Spencer Dupuy, joined alongside Nick Verzolini. Happy to have you with us. Cameraman today is Colin McLaughlin. Braden Schaffner. Back in the studio is Dylan Bishop. And Nick, we saw Greenbrier East last night as they faced off at Musselman, and they came out after pretty competitive first quarter. They came out and dominated the rest of the way.
Yeah, they really did. It was a great performance for Greenbrier East. First quarter was a 20-16 score in favor of the Spartans against Musselman last night. But in that second quarter, Greenbrier East started to pull away really toward the end of the first quarter. But second quarter was a 24-18 score. 18 points were put up in the second quarter by Greenbrier East. And Musselman kind of had a slow second quarter, so only 8 points in that second quarter for the Musselman Applemen. And from there on, it was just pretty much all Greenbrier East. So they have a talented team. Obviously, we knew that. 8 seniors heading in. It's a very inexperienced Musselman team. I don't think we went away from the tip-off tournament last year saying Musselman was going to win the region. Yeah. And they went on to do that. So they'll get better as the year goes on, but Greenbrier East, we knew they had the experience heading in. Anytime you have a huge experience advantage, especially in a first game of the season, it's going to be tough for the other team, and Greenbrier East was able to do that last night against Musselman. Today, a bigger challenge, I think, because Spring Mills is a young team in terms of experience and age, but an experienced team in terms of everybody's back from last year, and they won a lot of games last year. They nearly made a run in the regionals, or in the sectionals, I should say. So they are a fun team to watch. They are going to get better, and they already have a win on their resume this year to tip off the year against Millbrook just the other night. So they've already played a game under their belt, and they're ready to go. And I think it's going to be a really good matchup between Greenbrier East and Spring Mills this afternoon, so looking forward to it, Spencer.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good matchup as well. And, back to that Musselman Greenbrier East game, I think the biggest takeaway for me was just for Musselman, and, talking from an EPAC perspective here, was just how much they're still trying to figure out about themselves. I mean, I kind of said that would be a key in the game, was to see what lineups work together. But for me, my biggest takeaway last night, and, by the time the end of the season comes, how much will we see freshmen and in Santa Maria for Musselman? I think that was the biggest takeaway for me, is he played over a half of basketball when it was all said and done last night. So they're going to be really young this year if he's going to get a lot of minutes.
I think, too, they're trying to figure out their rotation, figure out who plays well with who, because you saw pretty much everybody get into the game. And I think for Musselman, they had almost every player had a good moment throughout the ball game, and everybody had their bad moments throughout the ball game. And you're going to see that when you're a team that hasn't played a whole lot together, hasn't played a whole lot of varsity basketball. It's going to be a process. But come February, this Musselman team might be playing a lot better than what they did last night. I would expect them to, at least. And the state championship is not won in December. It's one in March. So the teams that are playing well right now don't mean a whole lot. It's going to depend on how you're playing in a few months. So as these teams get better, that will determine, where you end up in the playoffs. And if you're one of those 8 teams that get to make the trip to Charleston, these 2 teams playing this afternoon, I think both believe they will be there in Charleston. It's a good step in the right direction. It doesn't mean, though, a whole lot in terms of the entire season. But whoever wins today is going to be feeling really confident about themselves, because I think both of these teams are top 10 teams in the state when it's all said and done, based on the early season, kind of predictions and what we know is coming back. Spring Mills, though, didn't get that top 10 ranking, so they're out to prove things. And they know that they have the talent to be a top 10 team, but they haven't quite proven it on the court yet, because they were eliminated in the first round of regional or sectionals last year. So in terms of what they've won in the postseason, it's nothing, like Coach Sample said to us on the show earlier this week. So they're still trying to prove themselves. But talent-wise, I believe Spring Mills could be a top 10 team in the state this year, and I'm looking forward. And a win today, I think, shows the entire state to look out, because the Cardinals are coming.
Yeah, and I think that was the big thing that I took away with my pregame interview with head coach Luke Samples, which you'll hear next segment. And I think the one thing that he said, and you'll hear him say it himself later on, but he said, we're 13th right now, they're 6th. We want to be where they are. Yeah. And we have to prove that we want to be where they are. And with a win today, they will do so. And I think that, you could see Spring Mills team come out of the EPAC as the regional champion or the regional runner-up.
For sure. And I guess that's what I should have said for Musselman. They didn't win the region, but they were the runner-up, and they made it out of regions to represent as one of the 2 EPAC schools to make the playoffs or make the state tournament last year. But in terms of, the rankings don't mean anything right now. They really never mean much.
No, because of the way
seeding.
The system is set up, honestly, yeah. The only thing they'll mean is if you make it to Charleston, where you're going to be, because it all comes down to you get 2 teams from each region, and the EPAC is its own region.
Right.
So 2 teams from this conference will make the state tournament because of the way the Quad A system is set up in boys and girls basketball.
Yeah, and then you worry about the rankings in terms of
what
where you're going to be seated.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, too, you don't get a bye or anything, so you got to get through the gauntlet of that 8-team playoff and see if you can, roll through that tournament and win the state championship. And really, it doesn't matter if you're 1 or 8, you still got to get through all those teams. So the rankings are just for us to talk about and have a talking point and kind of get an idea of where we think these teams are at this point in the season. But you could be a 1-win team heading into the sectional and regional tournaments and somehow win the region, and then you're headed to Charleston. So it's all about just building that team, building what you're able to do during the regular season. This is a big matchup early in the year because of what I said earlier. I think whoever wins today can build on it. It's a good confidence boost for your team. This is a legit good basketball team that you beat today. Not that Musselman wasn't or Millbrook wasn't, but we just don't have high expectations, I think, for at least Musselman. Maybe Millbrook has high expectations in the state of Virginia. Based on last year, I would say maybe. They got a lot coming back. They could do some damage, but Musselman definitely doesn't have those high expectations on them because you just don't know what to expect out of them this year. But Spring Mills, they got everybody back, and they were a good team last year. So you beat Spring Mills, that's a really good win. If you beat Greenbrier East, you could say it's a great win because they're a top 10 team and they got a senior-heavy team, and you're still a sophomore-heavy team. In Spring Mills, as crazy as it sounds to say that a sophomore-heavy team is one of the best teams in this area, but that's just how it is. They have talent, even though it's young talent.
Yeah, it is young talent. You look at this roster, 2 starters are seniors in Caleb Robinson and Jalen Franklin, but besides that, you got juniors and sophomores that are starting or make up the rest of the roster, besides senior Austin Davis, who will come off the bench. But 3 total seniors on this roster. And, that was what we talked about last year was the youth. And now, the youth and inexperience, now it's the middle of the pack and a whole season of experience, which is what I'm looking forward to from this Spring Mills team this year. But JV game's still going on, Nick.
It is. It's a Pretty exciting JV game. I mean, Spring Mills is going to get the win here with
It's
a 10-point
58-48 with 13 and a half seconds left.
lead, but at one point it wasn't very close at all, and then Greenbrier East really got some momentum going. They got this number 22 for Greenbrier East. He's a shifty point guard. I like his game. And then Spring Mills has some just good kids that are going to swing and play both ways, but then they kind of get toward the end of the JV game, and you start pulling some of your varsity guys that are potentially going to have to play for you.
Yeah, one of those guys being Max Anderson's younger brother and Xavier Anderson, who looked to have played a little bit in the first half and then kind of was hanging out, and then now he's not on the bench anymore. So it'll be interesting to see what guys are going to get action, because last year when we talked about Spring Mills, they only ran 6, maybe 7, depending on if any guys got in foul trouble deep during the season.
Yeah, that's how they're built. I mean, they want to run a 6-7 man rotation at the very most, because that's just how Coach Samples likes to run things, and some teams do that, and it excels at getting the best out of those 6 guys. But you got to be really well conditioned to be able to run, a 6-7 man rotation. So maybe early in the year you still try to run the 8-9 guys that you typically see for most varsity lineups. Musselman, since they don't really know what they have, they were playing everybody in every sort of way possible to try to figure something out good. But with Spring Mills, they know that their core 6 players are their starting 5 and then Austin Davis off the bench. Everybody else is still trying to figure that out at this point in the season. So these two teams, Greenbrier East, Spring Mills, they have a good idea of what they're trying to do. But even overhearing a conversation from Coach Patton, he was talking with their broadcast team, and I heard him say something about, he really likes how Sinclair played last night, so maybe he'll get some more minutes or potentially be a starter here for them at some point in the year. But
I believe he had 9 points for him last night.
Yeah, he did. He did great off the bench, really played physical down low, so they got some depth, and they might mix some things up, even though they think they know what they got in their 8 seniors returning. So looks like Spring Mills gets the final win here in JV action, 58-48, and that sets up for what should be a great matchup between these two teams.
Should be a great matchup, and we'll get more of the pregame show brought to you by Brown Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields & Sons, a family-owned full-service funeral home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson, proudly serving the area since 1880. We'll be back for more of the Brown Funeral Home pregame show after this 2-minute break. You're tuned in to West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, back in 2 minutes.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Thinking about making that big move but don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group. Chris is a Martinsburg High School graduate and knows the local market, and he's proven it for the past 15 years at Milestone Real Estate Group. Looking to sell or buy a home? Phone 304-579-7349. That's 304-579-7349. Or go to callchrisross.com. Making milestones is our business.
Find that new Chevy truck or SUV you've been searching for right here at CMA Chevrolet of Martinsburg. With over 100 new Chevys in stock, you have options. We have the Silverados, Equinoxes, and more to meet your needs. And we are not selling over MSRP. Get power and fuel efficiency with the all-new Silverado 1500 LTD, space and savings on a new Equinox. And that's not all. Every new Chevrolet has a lifetime powertrain warranty. And did we mention we are not selling over MSRP? Find new roads at CMAChevroletofMartinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Coliseum here, about 19 minutes away from game time between the Spring Mills Cardinals and the Greenbrier East Spartans, as the Spartans come in here after a game last night down in Inwood at Musselman, where they got a 70-43 victory over the Applemen. And Nick really led the way by senior guard Adam Seams, who was a floor general out there. Goose Gabbard added 13 points, 11 points off the bench from Bryson Brammer, 11 points as well from Caden Hoffman, the senior starter. And, those were kind of the guys that really led the way for the Spartans yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, they're a fun team to watch. Adam Seams, soccer player, state champion in boys soccer, and he is the leader. You're talking about the point guard. The way he makes this team go, that's really the one of their main keys, is he gets the tempo going, and he can create for his teammates to get them a layup or a three-pointer, or he can even shoot it and score himself, and a lot of good ability to finish at the basket, good ball handling, good on the defensive end as well. He forced a lot of turnovers last night for Musselman. So for me, Seams is the guy, but they have those other guys that can play and score as well. Davis got in foul trouble, so we didn't see a whole lot of him. Gabbard's a good shooter, kind of similar to Seams, has the ability to create for others. And you mentioned, Humphreys and Huffman that can score down low. So we saw some flashes of some of their other talent, but Seams to me was the main guy that really stood out. But again, like I said, Davis had some foul trouble. They had some other guys in some foul trouble. And anytime you're able to win a game and use some of that bench depth when you get guys in foul trouble, I think that's a sign of a good basketball team. And 8 seniors, so they're an experienced group. They were close last year. They had 4 games end on buzzer beaters, and they're looking to turn that around this year.
Take the chairs, you have to go on this.
So we're going to have to make some adjustments here, but with how we're set up. But
we'll figure it out during our next break.
Yeah, we will do that during our next break. But as I was saying, this is a really talented Greenbrier East team. They had 4 games go down to the buzzer last year. So this year, I think it's all about finishing games and learning how to win those close games if Greenbrier East is going to be in the state tournament. But talent-wise, they're toward the top.
Yeah, they are toward the top. And then when you talk about them beating a Musselman team yesterday, and we talked about it in the beginning in the first segment, was Musselman still trying to figure out who they are this year. But when you look over there at the Spring Mills team, they got a 60-59 victory on Wednesday in overtime over Millbrook out of Virginia. Kind of spoke on that a little bit, but Keyshawn Cheek led the way, 23 points, 4 rebounds, 4 steals. Caleb Thomas, 13 points, 14 rebounds, 7 blocks, 3 assists. Caleb Robinson with 8 points. Max Anderson, 8 points, 10 boards. Austin Davis, 6 points, 2 steals. Jalen Robinson, 2 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 steal. That's about how they go, as we mentioned earlier in the pregame show, about how they go about 6 deep.
Yeah, and, we talked about Adam Seams and how he's the point guard for Greenbrier East that really gets them going. Keyshawn Cheek's the same way for Spring Mills, and he can score at even a higher clip. He had 23 points in that first game of the season, like you mentioned. But it's not all about Keyshawn Cheek. He's kind of the guy that you talk about because when you watch him play, he is the leader of the offense. If he's clicking, Spring Mills is clicking. But they have other guys around him that can score and do other things. Caleb Thomas, to me, has the talent level, the size that you look for that could have a huge season for Spring Mills. And 7 blocks in that first game of the year against Millbrook. For a 6'5" kid to have 14 points. It was 13 points, 14 rebounds, 7 blocks, and 3 assists. That's insane numbers in a high school basketball game. And he's only a sophomore. So, Thomas, Cheek, those two are just studs when it comes to scoring. I think you're going to see more scoring this year from guys like Max Anderson. Franklin's a good spot-up shooter. So is Austin Davis. So they have everything you look for a good basketball team. Caleb Robinson's a tough guard that plays bigger than his size. So they're a fun team to watch. I'm excited to see Spring Mills in this game here today. This is a great opportunity for them. Can they rise to the occasion against a senior-heavy Greenbrier East team is really going to be the key.
That's something that we'll figure out later on during this broadcast. But just a reminder, this is the first game of a Spring Mills boys and girls doubleheader. After the conclusion of this game, we'll take a quick break, probably 5-ish minutes, and Colin will come down from running camera, and I'll switch with him as Spring Mills girls basketball hosts Bridgeport approximately 2:30-ish, probably 2:45, 3 o'clock by the time it tips off, with the way that the delays from the JV game have gone. But it should be a good one, and we'll take our second break on the Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations pregame show. When we come back, we'll get the coaches' interviews brought to you by Parsons Ford. But that'll do it for this segment of the Brown Funeral Home pregame show. Back in 2 minutes.
Ollie's VIP North Side is the best spot to catch all your favorite teams. Join us Monday for Dollar Wings and Monday Night Football, Thursdays on the patio for the Cornhole Tourney, Friday Night Lights with happy hour specials, or Saturdays during or after the college games for Steak Night. Get a ribeye or New York steak for just $26.95. Ollie's has great food and drink menus too, along with 17 TVs to watch any game of your choice from anywhere at the bar or their outdoor patio and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP North Side. We'll see you for the game.
Take Rock's Chicken everywhere. A perfect mix of white and dark meat for any occasion. Rock's 12-piece chicken, $12. Rock's Local Market. Take Rock's Chicken everywhere. It's perfect for any occasion. Rock's 12-piece chicken, $12. Rock's Local Market.
Hello, this is Mark Sutton of the Sutton & Janelle Law Firm. The right attorney can make all the difference in your case. That's why you should call Sutton & Janelle. We have been serving clients in West Virginia and Maryland since 1999 in the areas of family law, DUI, criminal defense, and personal injury. Sutton & Janelle works hard to obtain a favorable outcome for you at a reasonable rate with affordable payment options. Sutton & Janelle values your rights and is passionate about your success. Contact us today at suttonandjanelle.com.
You need to keep your vehicle in good working order, but car and truck repairs can be very costly. Bears Repair in Martinsburg performs all kinds of auto repairs at prices most often well below their competition. Bears Repair offers tune-ups, oil change and lubrication, small and large engine and transmission repair, wheel balancing, front-end alignment, exhaust system replacement, air conditioning checks, auto inspections, and new tires. Stop by for a free estimate at Bears Repair, 904 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg, phone 262-0208. Bears Repair.
Welcome back to the Brown Funeral Home and Cremations pregame show ahead of Spring Mills and Greenbrier East. It's now time for the coaches' interviews, brought to you by Parsons Ford, located at 1400 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg, and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons, we're now going to talk to head coach Luke Samples for the Spring Mills Cardinals.
We're joined by Coach Samples, and we talked the other day on the show that you guys played that overtime win, but you didn't like a lot of the stuff that your team did in it. What did you work in on practice the last couple of days?
We just got back to the basics, basic defense, basic offense, working on not turning the ball over. But again, man, we shot a lot, obviously, but in games we got the shots we wanted, and we just didn't make them. So I think confidence is the key. First game jitters, but I mean, we have to play defense. We have to rebound, and that's just effort. And our team usually gives good effort. We watched a lot of film, and just wanted to show them, this isn't us. So we got to change. We got to be us. And I think we're ready to go today.
And your opponent, Greenbrier East, you're probably able to watch some of the game last night where they played Musselman, and they beat Musselman pretty good, and they had a lot of guys that were sharpshooters for them.
Yeah, they're sixth in the state. I mean, that's what number 6 in the state looks like. I think the one thing about Greenbrier East is they just give incredible effort. I've been doing this for 15 years, and I haven't seen many teams give effort like they do. Yeah, they can shoot it, but the effort level is just insane to me with the Seams kid. He's everywhere. I mean, now I know why they won the state championship in soccer over us. And I know why I was the state player of the year. I mean, it's unbelievable, the energy and the effort they bring. We have to match that. We have to match their effort. We have to match their intensity. And if we do that, it should be one heck of a game.
And then they got a guy outside in Branham who can shoot a lot of threes.
Yeah, that kid can shoot. He's a set shooter. Can't let his feet get set. And also the guy, Goose Gabber, what a name. He can shoot it too. So we just got to get hands-on shooters and again, like I said, slow down their transition. They get out, man. They get out and run. So we have to, our defensive transition has to be on point, and we have to locate who we're supposed to locate and have a high end.
And what is your overall expectations for your team today?
play better than Wednesday, and I want to see us again. I mean, wins and losses, I mean, they come and go, but I just want to play well. If we play well, it should be one heck of a game. And like I said, I said it on your show, it's like we're 13th, they're 6th. We want to be 6th. I mean, obviously, we want to be 5th. We want to be 4th. We want to be whatever. Like, so our guys know, like, this team is considered better than us, and they are number 6. I mean, in my opinion, I would have voted maybe higher. But and we are 13th right now. So we have to prove ourselves. And if we play well, our expectation is, have a shot at the buzzer, man. Like, let's try to get this to the fourth quarter and give ourselves a chance to win.
All right, Coach. Thanks for the time. Best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
We're joined by head coach of the Greenbrier Spartans, Coach Patton. You guys get a big win last night here in the Eastern Panhandle over Musselman, and a lot of guys doing good things for your team.
Yeah, thank you. We played pretty good last night. We executed, and we go over that day in, day out in practice is execute, have a little poise, have some patience, and the kids did a good job with it last night.
And specifically, seems he led the way for your team yesterday, being the point guard and just scoring a lot.
Yeah, he's one of our captains. I mean, that's what we expect out of him. I mean, great player, really sees the floor well. He just did a great job last night.
And then you get some guys off the bench. It's Branner. He scored some threes for you.
Yeah, he's a good shooter. He's always ready to go. He's our sixth man, and he does shoot the ball very well.
And overall, last night you kind of talked about how your team was a few buzzer beaters short of having a better season last year, and a buzzer beater short of making it to states last year. And how does that kind of make your team put a chip on their shoulder coming into this year?
Well, I mean, and I'd say in 4 of those games we were up. I mean, we had the lead in 4 of those games, and we didn't finish. So all off season and start of this season, we talk about finishing games, going over scenarios, making sure we don't let it come down to that buzzer beater.
And today you guys play Spring Mills, and they're 13th in the AP preseason poll, and they have a lot of guys coming back, a younger team, but a lot of guys that had experience last year.
Yeah, the coach does a great job with them. We're looking forward to playing these guys. They're going to be tough. They're going to be physical. By the looks of their JV team, they're going to be fast. Well-coached team.
And specifically for them, how are you going to key on Keyshawn Cheek, their leading scorer?
Well, I don't know much about him. I haven't seen much video on him. I've just heard he's a really good player. Our defense, we have a lot of different schemes, so we're going to throw a lot at him.
All right, Coach. Thanks for the time. Best of luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Those were your coaches' interviews brought to you by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg. They became number 1 by making you number 1 first. About 6:20 left on this pregame clock. We'll step aside for another 2-minute break. When we get back, we'll have our final thoughts for the pregame show. We'll get you Nick's keys to the game, players to keep an eye and ear out for, and more when we come back after this 2-minute break. You're tuning into EPAC basketball, high school basketball, West Virginia high school basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 back in 2 minutes.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Thinking about making that big move but don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group. Chris is a Martinsburg High School graduate and knows the local market, and he's proven it for the past 15 years at Milestone Real Estate Group. Looking to sell or buy a home? Phone 304-579-7349. That's 304-579-7349. Or go to callchrisross.com. Making milestones is our business.
Find that new Chevy truck or SUV you've been searching for right here at CMA Chevrolet of Martinsburg. With over 100 new Chevys in stock, you have options. We have the Silverados, Equinoxes, and more to meet your needs. And we are not selling over MSRP. Get power and fuel efficiency with the all-new Silverado 1500 LTD, space and savings on a new Equinox. And that's not all. Every new Chevrolet has a lifetime powertrain warranty. And did we mention we are not selling over MSRP? Find new roads at CMAChevroletofMartinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
Carpet World is more than just carpet. Carpet World specializes in a complete selection of hardwood floors by respected names like Armstrong, Bruce, Shaw, and Mohawk, and tile by Dowell Tile, American Oleum, and Mannington for all rooms in your home. And Carpet World can update your bathroom shower with very attractive ceramic tile walls and floor. Financing with up to 12 months deferred interest is available, along with experienced quality installation at Carpet World, 2330 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. CarpetWorldofMartinsburg.com.
Before tip-off here between Spring Mills and Greenbrier East. Nick, let's take a look at your keys to the game and players to look out for. Brought to you by CMA's Honda of Winchester, located at 3985 Valley Pike in Winchester. CMA, moving lives forward, Nick.
Well, I think the keys, I'll start with Greenbrier East. You got to come out and try to get off to a quick start, I think, for them, because they are coming off of a quick turnaround. So typically, if you play the night before and then got to come play in the afternoon the next day, it can be tough, especially early in the season. So if you get off to that quick start, really kind of build yourself an early lead, then you're going to be clicking early and feel good about things. So then if your legs get tired later, you can kind of slow the pace down and play ahead opposed to playing from behind, since it is early in the year and it is a quick turnaround for the Spartans. For Spring Mills, I think it's going to be to really just try to control the tempo and the pace of the game. Both these teams like to play up tempo based on what we saw last night. Adam Seams going down the corridor on a fast break is very dangerous, very similar to Keyshawn Cheek on the other end going down the court, making plays for his team. You got to shoot better from the free throw line if you're the Cardinals. That was an issue for them last year. It was an issue in Game 1 against Millbrook. And really lower those turnovers and play a more complete basketball game now that's Game 2 of the year if you're Spring Mills. And then for players for each team, I think for Greenbrier East, it's going to come down to Adam Seams. He is the leader. He's the guy that we talked about the most here in this pregame show. He really gets them going offensively. And while I think it's going to be obviously a big game from Keyshawn Cheek tonight for Spring Mills, to me the guy you have to look out for has to be Caleb Thomas, because of his ability to do so many different things, whether it be on offense or defense, and his ability to block shots at the rim. Musselman really didn't have that rim protector. Having Thomas for Spring Mills, that will prevent a lot of those drives from inside being easy buckets for the Greenbrier East squad that is a little bit undersized. While Musselman had a size advantage, they didn't use their size advantage to get too many block shots. Thomas will do that, 7 blocks in that season opener against Millbrook.
Yeah, and I think that could be the key to tonight, to this afternoon's ball game here, is how many blocks will he have and how much defense will be effective for Spring Mills, as they went back to basics during practice the last couple of days, as Coach Samples told me during the interview. Here about 1 minute before they start the opening announcements, Nick, and we'll do starters when they do starters, presuming they do starters and then the anthem. But if they do the anthem, we'll take a break here in about a minute. But what are you looking forward to for this game overall?
I think just, you have 2 top 15 teams in Quad A going at it. A Spring Mills team that is young and talented with a lot of upper-coming potential, and they believe that they should be a top 10, top 5 team in the state. Well, a win tonight, or this afternoon I should say, and you put yourself in that conversation. And then for Greenbrier East, they looked good last night against Musselman, but Musselman's a team that doesn't have a whole lot coming back. So, look, you're in that 6 hole. Some people think that's an over-ranking based on last year's record. Proved today with a win, I think, over the Cardinals, and you could be really solidifying your spot as that top 6, maybe even top 5 team in the state of West Virginia.
Yeah, I think that will be a big key here as the pregame buzzer goes off as we get ready here. I think it's going to be an exciting matchup, and you talked about in the beginning of the pregame show that it could be kind of if Spring Mills gets a big win today, it'll be you look around and see this is a game that could be not a program-changing win, but a game that puts Spring Mills on the map here in Quad A.
Yeah,
not that they aren't already, but just solidifies their 2022-2023 season.
Yeah, I think people are still kind of overlooking them, obviously being 13th. but they're in a tough conference and a tough league, so we'll see how it plays out tonight.
Yeah, and we'll get you starting lineups. Those are brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. Located at 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg. You can go to Orsini's.com for more. For Greenbrier East, for the Spartans, same as last night. Number 3, 6-foot senior Adam Seams. Number 4, the 5'10 senior Monquel Davis. Number 5, the 6-foot senior Goose Gabbert. Number 11, the 6'1 junior Gabe Patton. And rounding out the lineup, number 22, the 6'1 senior Caden Hoffman. And then for Spring Mills, a very familiar lineup that you saw all last year. Number 2, the sophomore point guard Keyshawn Cheek. Number 3, the sophomore small forward Caleb Thomas. Number 4, senior small forward. And number 14, the senior Jalen Franklin. And rounding out the lineup, number 15, the sophomore Max Anderson. Head coach is Luke Samples, head coach for the the Greenbrier East Spartans is Coach Patton. And with that will end the Brown Funeral Home and Cremations pregame show. We'll be back after this 2-minute break. We'll cover the national anthem. You're tuned in to West Virginia High School basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Back in 2 minutes.
Ollie's VIP North Side is the best spot to catch all your favorite teams. Join us Monday for Dollar Wings and Monday Night Football. Thursdays on the patio for the Cornhole Tourney. Friday night lights with happy hour specials, or Saturdays during or after the college games for steak night. Get a ribeye or New York steak for just $26.95. Ollie's has great food and drink menus too, along with 17 TVs to watch any game of your choice from anywhere at the bar or their outdoor patio and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP North Side. We'll see you for the game.
Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, where accident, injury, and disability lawyers with over 120 years combined local trial experience. When injury or illness has stopped you from working, you may be eligible for Social Security disability. Ron Harmon has been winning disability claims for over a quarter of a century. Don't hire some out-of-state firm. Ron Harmon's in Martinsburg. He will meet with you right here in our office. Get a local lawyer you can trust. Call 304-LAWYERS for a free consultation. 304-LAWYERS or 304-263-0900.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Welcome back to Cardinal Coliseum here. See Coach Lewis right over there, the Jefferson Cougars head coach. We'll have him on the show if he's available on Monday. The Sports Mix, 12 to 1, Talk Radio WRNR, TV10 Facebook page. But let's get things going here, Nick, as we're getting ready for opening tip-off between the Greenbrier East Spartans and the Spring Mills Cardinals. Already mentioned the starting five in this one, and get the tip-off cam here today.
Yeah, tip-off cam. But, I mean, everybody's in attendance, Spencer. It's your first or one of the early chances probably to look at this Cardinals team. If you're an EPAC team, we got Edgesville Eagles on our left. We got Jefferson Cougars to the right. I'm sure there's some Bulldogs in attendance as well.
Well, we got a game today.
We got a good game.
Tip won by the Cardinals and passing it cheek pass it to Robinson. He goes down and he gets fouled. He'll go to the line to start things off early.
But there's no real reason to come out and watch it in person because you can just watch it on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Caleb Robinson at the line for Spring Mills. First one is off the mark. Rims out, no good.
Yeah, Robinson, one of those seniors.
Second one on the way, and that's through a 1-0 lead for the Cardinals. 7:57 left in the first quarter. It's Greenbrier East in their black uniforms today with their green numbers outlined by yellow Cardinals in their white jerseys, blue numbers, and red lettering, as it's now given back to Davis. Monquel Davis passes over to Huffman. Huffman down low to Davis. And you're going to get a travel there by Huffman. Patton was the one that handled the ball prior.
Well, what I'm watching here early on, Max Anderson is in face guarding defense on Adam Seams. I was looking around. I was like, where's Seams? He's not getting the ball. Well, it's because Max Anderson was all over him, not letting him get the basketball, and that's the goal or the plan here early on.
Caleb Thomas to Cheek. Cheek will step back, and that one's through. 3-0 now for the Cardinals. Taking it back up now is Goose Gabbert. Goose Gabbert now over to Davis. Now it's passed to Huffman. Huffman's three is on the way, and that is through. It's tied now, 7 minutes left in this first quarter. Thomas takes the pass to half court. He dribble drives in. His layup is up and no good, but he is fouled. He'll go to the line. So Cardinals getting the line early in this one, Nick.
Yeah, can they execute, though? They didn't shoot well from the free throw line the other night against Millbrook. So we'll see if they can improve on that. They're 1 for 2 so far today.
Caleb Thomas's first shot is no good.
There's another miss, so those add up after a while. I'm interested to see this. Max Anderson is literally just following Adam Seams wherever he goes, riding him out of bounds, and you love it. It's great defense, but will Greenbrier East be able to take advantage of that?
Thomas's next one is through. It's 4-3, Cardinals on top. Passes down low, a jump shot on the way. That one coming from Gabbert makes it 5-4 Cardinals. 5-4 Spartans. We got a foul. I believe it'll stay with the Cardinals.
Well, they're trying to show here early on they have other guys that can score, and I think that is accurate. Greenbrier East does have a talented team.
Anderson now into Thomas. Thomas dribble drives in, passes to Anderson. Anderson passes it back to Thomas, now back to Anderson. He'll dribble drive, pass it to Robinson.
Great fake.
Franklin, shots in, no good. Max Anderson gets the rebound in a Cheek. Cheek now, he'll pass it to Franklin. Franklin back to Cheek. Cheek along three. That one's through. Cardinals on top, 7-5, 6:15 left in the first quarter.
Well, Keyshawn Cheek, not known for his jump shot a year ago, but he's got a mid-range J here early on and a triple.
Now he's got 5.
If he can really develop that three-pointer, he's going to be even tougher to guard.
Davis handling the ball. We got an off-ball foul.
I think it's going to go against Anderson potentially. Yep.
Yeah. And honestly,
he's barely touched the ball.
He's barely touched the ball. He's not happy right now. Ball now in from Seams to Davis. Davis now trying to set up the offense. Gets a screen from Huffman. He's going to dribble drive in, guarded by Thomas. Now backs the ball out. He's got it again. A long three. That one is off the mark. No good, but ball is got by Gabbert. Gabbert reverse layup. Ties the ball game at 7.
Yeah, Gabbert's a good player. I mean, we saw him do some good things last night.
And we've got a foul, an offensive foul.
And it's going to go on Caleb Robinson. Just got a little bit too aggressive on the offense end. The thing about Anderson face guarding is it takes away a help defender.
Yeah.
So if you're playing man-to-man defense, if you get by one guy and it's on Seams' side, Anderson's not in position to help.
Davis taking the ball up, trying to set up the offense. He'll get a screen from Huffman again. He'll dribble drive in. He'll try to put that one up, but it was blocked away by Cheek, I believe. Said it was off of the Spartans, so it'll be Cardinals basketball.
Yeah, I think it hit off of a player as he went out of bounds.
Thomas will take it up the floor. He'll get a screen from Franklin now over to Anderson. Franklin with it again.
Jalen Franklin looks like he's been in the gym.
Yeah.
And I mean like the weight room, I guess I should say.
Yeah. Cheek has it now, handling. He'll pass it to Thomas. Thomas down low to Cheek on the dribble drive in. That one shot is off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Seams.
That may be the only way he gets the ball is if he grabs the rebound. Because Max Anderson has been in denial this whole time.
Gabbert now dribble drives in. He passes it in the corner to Patton. Patton's long two is off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Cheek. Cheek spinning around defenders. He'll pass it to Anderson. To Thomas. Now in the corner to Anderson. He'll dribble drive in. He'll lay that one up and in. 9-7 Cardinals on top. 4:20 left in the first quarter.
Well, that's what you like about Max Anderson. He's not the tallest guy, but he plays big. He got like 8 or 10 rebounds in that game the other night. He's a great rebounder for a big guy, and I think he might draw a charge, and he did.
That he did. He is hyped up over there. So now it'll be Cardinal ball as they got to get somebody to bring the ball in, which they do, but they got a sub coming in as Austin Davis enters the ball game with Caleb Robinson checking in. Going to sit down on the bench here with Davis checking in.
Yeah, Davis, good shooter, so you got to look out for him.
Cheek handling the ball up the court. He'll pass over to Davis. Davis was wide open for three, covered by Seams, though. Now back to Thomas. Thomas now down low to Cheek. Cheek finds Anderson. Anderson content to pass it now to Cheek for three. That one's off the mark, no good. Caleb Thomas skies up for the rebound. He'll put the ball on the ground. And it'll be a turnover on Thomas.
They're going to call a jump ball. But it was close, but I think that was a solid call by Huffmaster down low.
9-7's your score. Cardinals on top. Goose Gabbard handling the basketball. He'll dribble drive in. Ball's off the mark as Cheek pushes it back now to Thomas. Thomas gets past half court. He'll pass down low to Anderson. He'll stop and he'll pivot and he'll put the ball up and in. 11-7 Cardinals on top. 4 points now for Max Anderson.
Well, if Max can develop more as a scorer, that gives Mills a good weapon there.
Patton dribble drives in, and I believe he's fouled by Anderson.
Yeah, that's the risk you run, and that's number 2 on Max, so he's got to be careful now. You can't necessarily go for those once you already have a personal foul. I know he got one earlier, but he wasn't in perfect position there and kind of tried to get that to bail himself out. And he's a smart kid, obviously, quarterback of the football team, so he knows he's in foul trouble. But he can't be now. You can't take any more of those.
At the line now is Patton. His and one attempt is good. Down low to Franklin. His layup is up and good. 13-10 on top are the Cardinals. Goose Gabbert running point here. He'll now pass it over to Brammer, who comes into the ball game, who had some big clutch threes last night. It'll be a turnover. He mishandles the ball there. Cardinals basketball. Luke Samples on right in front of the bench, and he's happy with. He seems to be happy a little bit with the way that his team is playing defensively so far.
Yeah, I think you have to. I held them to 10 points with 2:44 to go in the first quarter.
Compared to where they were last night. But again, you see a slump after last night's big scoring night. 3 on the way from Cheek. That one no good. He fights for the rebound. Max Anderson will get it over to Thomas. Thomas will dribble drive in. He'll pass to Cheek. Cheek will just dribble drive in himself. He'll lay that one up off the iron. No good. That one is rebounded by Brammer. Now to Seams, who gets the ball for seemingly, the first or second time this ball game. And it'll be a travel on Gabbert.
Yeah, that hurts if you're Greenbrier East because, like you said, Seams got a touch. You kind of lost him in transition. Now technical.
That one is on Gabbert.
Not certain what he did. Must have said something on his way down the sideline. Buck Housemaster was not having it. But, back to that last possession, called for the travel there was Gabbert. And it was a situation where Seams got the ball in his hand looking to create. And usually that's a great situation for this Greenbrier East team, but you have the travel called, and that takes that away.
Yeah, Caleb Thomas will shoot the free throws. First one is up and good. Second point of the day for Thomas, I believe.
Yeah, he's 1 for 2 so far, and now 2 for 3.
That one is up and good. He's got 3 points, and the Cardinals are on top 15-10, 2:17 left in the first quarter. This ball being inbounded by the Cardinals right to the right of our broadcast location. Anderson into Cheek. Cheek now over to Davis. Back to Cheek, now over to Anderson.
That could be a big swing, Spencer. Let's see what they can do on this possession.
Thomas now has it at the top of the key. He'll dribble drive in. Shots up and good. Austin Davis, his first points of the ball game. 18-10, 1:53 left in the first quarter. And it'll be a foul shooting 2. It'll be a foul on, didn't get the number here. Was it Cheek? I believe Cheek's first foul of the day. Shooting 2 will be Patton, who's 1 for 2 so far today. Or excuse me, 1 for 1, had the and 1 attempt. That one's through. Now he's up to 4.
Spencer, our first quarter presented to you on TV 10 by Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group. Buying or selling a home, call 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com.
Second attempt by Patton is up and through. He's now got 5, and the score is 18-12, 150 left in this first quarter. Cheek will dribble drive in, and it'll be another foul.
And our other first quarter sponsor here on TV 10 is Sutton & Janelle Attorneys at Law, a full-service law firm helping individuals, families, and businesses with all their legal needs. They're at 224 West King Street in Martinsburg or online at suttonandjanelle.com.
Shot on the way from Davis is no good, but rebounded by Thomas as he skies up for another board. Now spot-up shot. That one by Jalen Franklin, and it's good. A 3-pointer for Franklin. He's now up to 5 points. As pretty spread even so far for the Cardinals scoring-wise.
Yeah, the bank's open on Saturday, Spencer.
21-12's the score. 1:20 left in the first quarter as Monquel Davis goes up and he gets fouled. Trying to shoot his line.
Yeah, it's going to go on Thomas. I was going to compliment him earlier for his ability to rebound over defenders without getting an over-the-back call because he doesn't make contact. But they're trying to go up for the block and had a hand on his hip.
That shot is perfectly through on the free throw from Davis. (21-13) the score. That second one is through. 21-14 now. 1:19 left in this first quarter. Some press coming from the Spartans, but Max Anderson gets it down low to Franklin. Franklin's layup no good. He gets his own rebound. He gets it again. He'll pass it, get back out now. He'll go over to Anderson, now to Cheek. Cheek fakes a 3, now he'll dribble drive in, and that ball get blocked by Seams. Seams now coming back the other way. Ball saved. Now Seams has it in the corner. Now to Davis. His 3 on the way, no good, but rebound got by Huffman. Huffman now fakes, spins around, and that one's through. 21-16 now. Huffman with another basket.
He's got 5 points. What a pass that was by Seams to the corner. Davis didn't convert the 3, but
now Caleb Thomas tries to take it the whole way, no good. Rebound there. That one by Huffman.
and you see why the Cardinals did not want Seams getting the ball because of how well he's able to create for others to create that open shot for Davis on that last possession.
Now Seams landed the ball this time, covered by Cheek. Gets the screen from Huffman. Ball now in the corner for three. That one from Monquel Davis, and that's good. And the end of the first quarter, Cardinals on top 21-19. We'll be back after this 60-second break. You're tuned into West Virginia High School basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 back in 60.
Hello, this is Mark Sutton of the Sutton & Janelle Law Firm. The right attorney can make all the difference in your case. That's why you should call Sutton & Janelle. We have been serving clients in West Virginia and Maryland since 1999 in the areas of family law, DUI, criminal defense, and personal injury. Sutton & Janelle works hard to obtain a favorable outcome for you at a reasonable rate with affordable payment options. Sutton & Janelle values your rights and is passionate about your success. Contact us today at suttonandjanelle.com.
Find that new Chevy truck or SUV you've been searching for right here at CMA Chevrolet of Martinsburg. With over 100 new Chevys in stock, you have options. We have the Silverados, Equinoxes, and more to meet your needs. And we are not selling over MSRP. Get power and fuel efficiency with the all-new Silverado 1500 LTD, space and savings on a new Equinox. And that's not all. Every new Chevrolet has a lifetime powertrain warranty. And did we mention we are not selling over MSRP? Find new roads at CMAChevroletofMartinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Coliseum here as we start the second quarter. Cardinals on top, 21-19. And Nick, did we hit the second quarter sponsor?
I got them both for you.
Okay.
I didn't get the second quarter sponsor.
I meant the second one for the
second
first.
For the first quarter sponsor, I did take care of you.
Thank you. Now Anderson for the Cardinals will inbound it to Cheek. Cheek being bodied there by Brammer, but he gets it in now, passes it to Thomas. Thomas, I thought, walked there, but they didn't give it to him. Now to Franklin. Franklin to Anderson. Down to Cheek. Cheek will work it around now back to the top. Ball taken away, but he's fouled. Fouled by Huffman.
Yeah, pretty physical foul. I don't think that's what Huffman was trying to do. As he laid his shoulder into Keyshawn Cheek. That is his second.
7:43 left in this second quarter, which is brought to you on TV 10 by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to HagerstownFord.com. Also on TV 10 for the second quarter by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution located at 121 Administrative Drive. Call 304-263-3361. And now Cheek will go to the line.
Yep, we're in the bonus.
In the bonus. First shot from Cheek. That one is through. He's now got 6.
And that was a problem for Greenbrier East in the first half of the game last night. They picked up a lot of fouls.
Second shot on the way. That one rims out. No good. 22-19. 7:42 left in this first half. Davis has it. Monquel Davis trying to find somewhere to go. He hands it off to Seams. Seams coming back nearly midcourt. Guarded by Cheek. He's going to now pass it over to Gabbard. Gabbard's shot is up and good. 22-21. Cardinals still on top.
Gabbard has 6 here early.
Cheek now takes the ball up, gets the screen from Thomas. Thomas down to Franklin. Franklin trying to decide what to do. Pass it to Max Anderson at the top of the key. Back to Cheek. Now to Davis. He'll spot up the 3. That one's off the mark. No good. Rebounded by Seams. Seams now over to Gabbert. Gabbert passes in the corner to Huffman. Excuse me, that's Libby. Libby getting some time in today. And the Spartans score there. I believe that was that Libby or Huffman?
That was Libby, and it was a great roll by Libby on that slip screen. It looked like it was from the big man. He's able to finish.
30-second timeout here, Nick. Spartans retake the lead 23-22 here. And it's been kind of as advertised so far.
Yeah, well, a few things have changed for Spring Mills defensively. One, Max Anderson, since he has 2 fouls, is not face guarding Seams. So Seams is now touching the basketball, which allows Greenbrier East to really get its offense going because, like I said in the pregame and really all game, he gets the offense going as the point guard. So he's been able to create for others, and Greenbrier East is finding really some great looks in this second quarter to now take this lead. Spring Mills has kind of slowed down offensively. So we'll see how they answer here out of the timeout. I think a good timeout by head coach Luke Samples with 6:33 to go in this second quarter.
Cardinals get possession of the basketball. Robinson inbounds it to Cheek. Cheek will get past the timeline. Gets the screen there from Franklin. He'll hesitate, dribble drive in. That one's off the mark, no good. Seems nearly with the rebound. He'll bounce off a couple Cardinals, and it will be Spartans basketball.
Yeah, Keyshawn's getting to the rim. He just hasn't been able to get those shots to go since early in the game where he was making jumpers. He hasn't been able to get those inside shots.
He's had 1 point since a couple minutes into the ball game. Seems now will take a deep three. That one off the mark, no good. Thomas skies up for the rebound. Now to Cheek past the timeline. Over to Franklin. Now to Thomas. Thomas guarded there by Libby. Over to Franklin. Now to Robinson. Robinson a cheek from three. That one is through. He could have had an and one there, but he doesn't get it. It's 25-23. Cardinals on top. 5:39 left in the first half. Libby now. Over to Brammer. Brammer now to Patton. Back to Libby. Now to Gabbert. Gabbert passes in the corner. 3 on the way. That one is good.
Patton.
That one from Patton.
He's had a good game. Didn't really do much last night, but he's playing much better this afternoon.
Continues to be a one-possession game here. 26-25. Spartans on top. Cheek goes to the rack and lays it up and in and one. He'll get the attempt here. 27-26. Cardinals on top.
Well, that's what you love about Keyshawn Cheek. Even when it's not completely clicking for him offensively, he continues to go to the rim, continues to take shots when they're there, and be aggressive. So he's went from 6 points and really kind of quiet since an early start to now 12 points very quickly. He's doubled his points.
28-26. Cardinals now on top. 5 minutes and counting left in this first half. Goose Gabbard has it. He tries to find somebody to pass to. He ends up passing to Patton. Patton now will pass in the corner to Libby. A 3 on the way, and that one is through. Libby with a quick 5 points. Didn't see much action last night in the ball game. Makes it 29-28. Spartans on top. Cheek has the ball. He comes to the top of the key.
Libby got going in that fourth quarter. He's the tallest guy on the team, and there a miscommunication. Max Anderson was
turnover
over there. Keyshawn thought he was going to stay over. He decided to cut, and then a bad pass turnover.
Seams dribble drives all the way down the court. You get the blocking foul on Franklin.
That kid is something else. I mean, just coast to coast. That's his first 2 points. And
it took till 4:23 left in the first half.
Yeah, but I mean, they let him get it in, and nobody picked him up until he got inside the free throw line. So that's just too easy when you got a 6-foot point guard that can go to the rim and score like that.
His and one attempt is good. Now 3 points. Cheek has it. 4:19 left in the first half. He spins around a defender now. Back to Robinson. Now to Franklin, his deep 3 on the way. That one's off the mark, no good. Rebounded and could not corral it was Brammer, so it'll be a turnover with 4:08 left in this first half.
That's tough because Franklin got a good look, so if you're Spring Mills, you'd like that to go through, and then if you're Greenbrier East, you get lucky that he doesn't knock it down, but then you can't grab the rebound and secure it, so extra possession.
Anderson now into Cheek. Cheek back to Anderson. Now over to Davis. Davis now finds Thomas. Thomas trying to find somewhere to go with it. He'll pass to Franklin. Now to Cheek. 3:55 and counting left in the first half. Over to Davis. So they're just working the ball around the perimeter here. Franklin now to Thomas. Thomas trying to find an alley for that passing lane. He finds it to Anderson. Now to Cheek. Cheek, a spot up 3 now from Franklin. He decides not to do it. Passes to Davis. Inside to Anderson. Anderson passes it back out to to Anderson. I had Thomas down there. Now to Davis.
This is sometimes Cheek. An issue for Spring Mills.
And a deep 3 on the way from Cheek as he kind of leaned in and didn't get it, but now he gets the rebound. Passes back to him. They're going to set up the offense again, just chewing clock here, looking like a Hedgesville team.
And you're down 4.
Davis, deep three on the way, and that's through. Davis now with 5 points, 32-31, deficit at 1. Under 3 left to go in this first half.
I don't know what that possession was, but it worked out.
Yeah, down low, and a block by Caleb Thomas. He sends that to the stands.
And sometimes Spring Mills seems to just turn into pass around the perimeter and not really cut or do anything offensively. They would eventually, I think, just tired out Greenbrier East defense, and you got an open 3.
And now into seams, covered by Anderson. Over to Brammer. Brammer now to Patton. Patton to seams. Trying to find somewhere to go with it. Has to pass it to the corner to Patton. Now inside to seams. Seems his turnaround jumper. That one is off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Thomas. Thomas going back the other way. 2:24 and counting left. And where are they calling the foul on? Calling on the defender?
Yeah, but they didn't call it a shooting foul for some reason. I'm giving that to Caleb Thomas.
Well, it's got to be a shooting foul.
Well, it will be shooting, but the basket doesn't count is what I mean by that. That's an and one right there. Maybe a little bit of an NBA and one, but I mean, Caleb Thomas did all the work, and he was going to shoot it. He just got grabbed.
Thomas, that one's off the mark. No good. Rebounded by the Spartans. Now Seams has it. And we've got a timeout here called by Greenbrier East. We'll take one as well. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're tuned in to West Virginia High School basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 back in 30.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Coliseum here at Spring Mills High School. The Spartans of Greenbrier East on top of the Cardinals, 32-31, 2:14 left in the first half of what has been a very great, very fun to watch ball game, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the 30s in the first half for a early season high school basketball game. You don't necessarily see that a whole lot, so definitely a very entertaining game so far, and we still got 2 minutes to go before halftime.
Patton has it now, passes over to Brammer. Brammer now back to Patton. Now back to Brammer again. Down low, this time to Sinclair. Sinclair's ball is now taken away by Thomas. Thomas to Anderson. Anderson can't handle it, but Thomas is right there for it in the corner to Davis. He probably wanted to shoot a 3, but didn't have a good shot. Now Franklin, now to Cheek. Down low to Franklin. That shot is blocked by Sinclair. Going back the other way are the Spartans. Gabbert now, a 3 on the way from Patton's no good. Seams pushes the ball to Patton. Now Seams has it. He'll dribble drive in. That one shot is blocked by Caleb Thomas. Another block for the sophomore. Now a Davis spot up 3. That one's no good. Rebounded by Franklin, but a push off. So a foul on him.
Well, we had back-to-back possessions there, Spencer, where the offense was phenomenal by both teams. Jalen Franklin caught a great pick and roll to the basket, and he gets blocked by Sinclair. Other way, Seams makes it a beautiful move to the rim, but he gets swatted away by who else? Caleb Thomas. So it's just, I mean, it's great basketball on the offensive end on those two possessions, but even better basketball by the defensive players. Now a foul will lead to Gabbert headed to the line to shoot 1-on-1.
First shot. That one is no good. Rebounded by none other than Caleb Thomas to Cheek. Not to Cheek. That's to Robinson. Robinson will try to dribble drive in, and he's fouled.
Yep, so shooting foul, but either way you'd be shooting 2, as that's the 10th team foul of the first half for the Spartans.
Robinson 1 of 2 today.
Kind of has like an AAU game feel to it.
I mean, a lot of talented guys here.
Yeah.
First shot is good. Tie ball game now, a minute left in this first half. Second shot on the way from Robinson is good. He's now up to 3 points, and it's 33-32. And Cheek steals the ball away on the inbound to Anderson. Anderson's shot is good from the charity stripe. 35-32. That's a 4-point swing.
Josh Sims put him at corner. That was a great play by Keyshawn Cheek.
4-point swing there for the Cards. Now a deep three on the way, and that one is through from Patton. Not necessarily deep, but a three. The top of the key. Makes it 35 all here, under 30 left in this first half. Cheek now over to Thomas. Thomas will dribble drive in, and he'll spin around, and he'll pass in the corner to Anderson. His three is good. Max Anderson. Now up to 7 points here. 38-35 the score. Under 10 seconds left in the first half. Figure, wait for the last shot here. Goose Gabbard has it. Goose Gabbard dribble drives in. He passes to a wide open man down low, but it's blocked. But they're going to call the foul, I believe.
No, it went out of bounds.
Oh, it went out of bounds. So a block, another block by Thomas. I should have started calculating those.
I mean,
it's probably up to 4 now.
It's like 4 or 5.
But it'll be Greenbrier's ball. 0.3 seconds left. I don't even know what you got spot up, but that would be no good. So we're at halftime, and the Cardinals are on top 38-35 in what's been a great, entertaining basketball game so far. We'll step aside for a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll have the Mansion Ferretti halftime show. You're tuned in to West Virginia High School basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back in 2 minutes.
Radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer deaths in the United States each year. But do you know the radon levels in your home? Home is a place to live, love, and laugh, not a place to breathe air containing radon. The Berkeley and Morgan County Health Departments are distributing free confidential radon test kits, and you can get yours at the Berkeley County Health Department office in Martinsburg and the Morgan County Health Department office in Berkeley Springs. Protect your home and family. Get your free radon test kit today.
Hello, this is Mark Sutton of the Sutton & Janelle Law Firm. The right attorney can make all the difference in your case. That's why you should call Sutton & Janelle. We have been serving clients in West Virginia and Maryland since 1999 in the areas of family law, DUI, criminal defense, and personal injury. Sutton & Janelle works hard to obtain a favorable outcome for you at a reasonable rate with affordable payment options. Sutton & Janelle values your rights and is passionate about your success. Contact us today at suttonandjanelle.com.
Find that new Chevy truck or SUV you've been searching for right here at CMA Chevrolet of Martinsburg. With over 100 new Chevys in stock, you have options. We have the Silverados, Equinoxes, and more to meet your needs. And we are not selling over MSRP. Get power and fuel efficiency with the all-new Silverado 1500 LTD, space and savings on a new Equinox. And that's not all. Every new Chevrolet has a lifetime powertrain warranty. And did we mention we are not selling over MSRP? Find new roads at CMAChevroletofMartinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Conveniently located right off 81 at 214 Mid-Atlantic Parkway, Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including happy hour 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. with $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts. Monday night is trivia night, Thursday night is wing night, and Wednesday and Sunday night is steak night.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Welcome back to the Cardinal Coliseum here at Spring Mills High School as the Cardinals of Spring Mills do battle with the Greenbrier East Spartans. And very entertaining game so far, Nick. 38-35 in favor of the Cardinals. Welcome into the halftime show brought to you by the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. Nick, a very entertaining game right now.
Yeah, I mean, you got two teams going at it that clearly are some of the best teams in the state of West Virginia. The athleticism on both sides, and while it's 38-35, we've seen some excellent defensive plays on both sides. So it's been a really entertaining first half. Both teams are shooting the ball pretty well. You got players like Seams and Davis and Gabbert. Patton's played great in that first half on the Greenbrier East side. And on the Spring Mills side, it's a young, talented team led by Keyshawn Cheek, but we see what Caleb Thomas has done on the defensive side. And Max Anderson, to me, his 9 points. I want to talk about him a little bit here at halftime, because if you saw a guy on Twitter quite a bit, he was always adding us and stuff. I think with his highlights, he was playing over the summer. He did a lot of hard work in the summer, and he's a quarterback on the football team, but he is a great basketball player. Or not great, but he's very good for a kid his age, and he just continues to get better and better, and he's a really good leader for this team. And you see the hard work that Max Anderson's putting in, and he's developing as a better offensive player as the year goes on from last year into this season. And I'm excited about his future. Franklin played really well. Davis came in, made some threes. So
we'll get the stats after. We'll get the stats after we hear from Dylan Bishop back in the studio. But a very exciting first half. Looking forward to the second half. We'll step aside for a 1-minute break. On the other side of that break, you'll hear from Dylan Bishop, and then we'll be back, get you some stats, and get you set for the second half. About 6 minutes left here before we start the third quarter. You're tuned into West Virginia High School basketball on TV 10 and Talk Radio WRNR. Back, you'll hear Dylan in 1 minute.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, shrimp nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Welcome into the N1 scoreboard show here. Your score at halftime between Spring Mills and Greenbrier East is Spring Mills 38, Greenbrier East 35. Following this game on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, we'll also have the girls game for Spring Mills as they take on Bridgeport. And we'll look around the rest of college basketball and other sports that we have today. Coming up at 5:30, we'll have the consolation game at the Hedgesville tournament, and then 7 o'clock, their championship game for their tournament that they're having over there. And that's all that we really have for the scores around the EPAC right now. Let's look at some college basketball scores for men's action so far today. Right now, number 5 UConn is up on Long Island, 78-41. Texas leads Arkansas Pine Bluff, 46-30 at the half. Number 9 Arkansas defeating Oklahoma 43-40 at halftime. Kentucky leads Yale 33-27 at the half. Coming up at 3 o'clock on ABC, a big matchup in college basketball today. Number 1 Houston hosting number 8 Alabama. And we'll look at some other things that are relevant for today. Right now on ESPN Plus, Ferris State and West Florida in the semifinals of the Division II football tournament are tied at 17. The winner of that game will go on to the Division II National Championship to face the winner of today's game at 3:30 between your Shepherd Rams and Colorado School of Mines. That game taking place in Golden, Colorado, a game only available on ESPN Plus. So that's what we have so far today. We'll get you some more scores after this game and at halftime of the Spring Mills girls game. For that, I'm Dylan Bishop. This has been the AM1 Scoreboard Show. Just about 2 minutes. We'll send you back to the Cardinal Coliseum with Spencer and Nick and company. You're listening to high school West Virginia basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hello, this is Mark Sutton of the Sutton & Janelle Law Firm. The right attorney can make all the difference in your case. That's why you should call Sutton & Janelle. We have been serving clients in West Virginia and Maryland since 1999 in the areas of family law, DUI, criminal defense, and personal injury. Sutton and Janelle works hard to obtain a favorable outcome for you at a reasonable rate with affordable payment options. Sutton and Janelle values your rights and is passionate about your success. Contact us today at suttonandjanelle.com.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Coliseum here. About 25 seconds before we get things started in the second half. Run through some numbers here. Keyshawn Cheek leading the way for Spring Mills with 12 points. 7 for Max Anderson, 6 for Austin Davis, 5 for Jalen Franklin, 3 for both Caleb Thomas and Caleb Robinson, and 5 from Jalen Franklin. Not sure if I mentioned that. Nick, what do you got for Greenbrier East?
Well, for Greenbrier East, Seams with just 3 points, 5 for Davis, 7 for Gabbert, 10 for Patton, 5 for Huffman, 5 for Libby. So, good first half of basketball. Hopefully that continues, Spencer, and we'll see if they're able to kind of get that balance going. Adam Seams, you got to get him involved throughout this second half, and it looks like Anderson's going to start with the face guard again.
And we'll get the second half underway. 7:50 left in this third quarter. Be a foul on the Cardinals, I believe.
Yeah, as Gabbert was trying to drive baseline. He had that technical earlier, too. That could play a factor in the final score. That gave Spring Mills a couple of points.
That it did. Inbounded now to Patton. Patton now over to Monquel Davis. Now over to Gabbert. Inside now, a 3 on the way. That one is through from Davis. Tie ball game at 38 here.
It's his second 3 of the afternoon. Give him 8 points.
Davis now over to Anderson. Anderson to Thomas. Thomas now to Robinson. Robinson back out. A 3 on the way from Cheek. That one is too strong. No good. Rebounded by Huffman. Or excuse me, Patton. Now to Seams. He'll run the court. He'll drop for a jumper. That's no good. Rebounded by Robinson. Robinson trying to take it the distance. No good off the glass. Go back the other way with Seams. Seams will pass it now over to Gabbert. Gabbert dribble drives in. And he'll get the charge as Keyshawn Cheek standing firm.
Yeah, I mean, you could kind of see right away when Gabbert, you might even be able to hear him, but he called for the ball from Adam Seams on the other side of the court. So you knew he was going to probably try to do something to get a basket there, and he went right at Keyshawn Cheek, and Cheek was right in perfect position to take the charge.
Cheek now over to Davis. Davis passes to Anderson. Anderson back to Davis. Down. Davis going to pull it back to the top to Anderson. Now over to Robinson. Robinson to Cheek. Back to Robinson. Robinson now to Davis. Davis to the top of the key to Thomas. Thomas dribble drives in, spins around to Anderson. He'll spot up the three, and that one is straight through. Max Anderson, first points of the second half, but now up to 12 on the day.
Yeah, we didn't see that from Max last year, his ability to kind of stretch the floor and make those three-pointers on a consistent basis.
Goose Gabbert now gets the screen from Davis. Gabbert can't handle the ball, picks it back up. Now we're to Patton. A three on the way. That one no good from Huffman. Now Keyshawn Cheek going to floor. Euro step no good. Rebound fought for and got for the jump ball. I believe it'll remain with the Cardinals unless they're going to call a foul.
No, they called a foul.
They called a foul.
Max Anderson called a jump ball, but that's his third personal. So that's why he wanted the jump there. And now he's just got to be careful with three. Coach Samples is going to let him play through it. He had two early in the first half, and he was fine, so I'm sure he'll be fine here.
Seams now guarded by Anderson. Come back to the top of the key, picks up his dribble, now passes over to Patton. Patton to Seams. Seams tries to dribble drive into Patton. He'll shoot a three. That one is straight through. Tie ball game once again. It's been all three so far here in this second half, about 3 minutes into this half.
Patton can shoot it.
Robinson now to Anderson. Anderson at the top of the key to Cheek. Cheek thinks about the three, wisely decides not to Davis. To Anderson out the top of the key, trying to set things back up to Robinson. Robinson now to Cheek. 4:45 and counting left in this first half. Now to third quarter. Now to Anderson to Robinson. Robinson to Anderson. They're going to play back and forth. Anderson tries to go to the rim. He can't do that. Hip checks Huffman there. No call. A three on the way. That's no good from Goose Gabbert. Going back the other way now is Thomas. Thomas now to Davis. He thinks about the three. Decides not to. Now to Robinson. Over to Cheek. But that ball is tipped away by Patton. But it said last touch. Refs say it's last touched by the Cardinals.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody got a finger on that one. It was kind of hard to tell, but I think Spring Mills is getting a little bit sloppy here in this third quarter. Now, it hasn't hurt them to this point. It's still a tie ball game.
Yeah.
You got to try to get back to your fundamentals offensively.
Momentum beginning to swing in the favor of the Spartans right now. They've had 6 points to the Cardinals' 3 in this half.
Momentum's not really anywhere right now. It's 6-3 in the second half.
I said beginning to think about swinging in their favor.
Seems
at the top of the key.
It can seem that way, if you will, say Spencer.
Pass down low to a wide open Huffman. He lays that one up and in, makes it 43-41.
Yeah, good
and a timeout called by head coach Luke Samples. We'll get the third quarter sponsors here, brought to you on TV 10 by Skinner Law Firm, injury and consumer rights lawyers. Call 304-245-6613 or go to skinnerfirm.com. Also on TV 10 by Parsons Ford, 1400 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg, or online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. And Nick, it seems to be so far in this quarter, it's all Spartans really, minus that three.
Yeah, to an extent. I mean, you definitely, I think, if your Spring Mills needed a timeout there because you weren't really getting much offensively, kind of getting sloppy with the basketball. Greenbrier East was bringing a few double teams. That led to that the turnover prior to the last one by Max Anderson on the baseline. So, yeah, good timeout. Get your young team kind of refocused on some things. Bring Franklin back in to give you a little bit more size. And we'll see what Spring Mills can do down by 2. But I think a good timeout by Coach Samples there before momentum completely flipped. And you find yourself down like 10 or something all of a sudden. You're only down 2 and you use the timeout early.
Cheek now. He'll try to dribble drive in an off-balance shot. That one is no good. Rebounded there by Seams. Seams now to Gabbert. Gabbert, quick jumper, and that one's straight through. 45-41, the Spartans on top. Cheek takes it to the rack, and that's good. Keyshawn Cheek now up to 14 points. 45-43. Every play by Cheek just seems to impress. Backdoor pass. That one's taken away. Now back to Robinson. Robinson tried to get it to Anderson. Ball taken away again. Thought the Spartans had numbers, but 2 guys back there for the Cardinals. And now Gabbert down low to Huffman. Huffman's shot is no good. Redirected by Cheek. Cheek will get the ball back now after the rebound by Franklin. Now down low to Thomas. He gets fouled going up for the shot.
This is what I mean by kind of the AAU feel to the game. In high school basketball, typically, it's much slower pace. Teams are running their set offenses. You know, it's like when you watch Hedgesville, right? Your pass, cut, fill, you know, or whatever offense you run. And in this game, it's been so up-tempo. Teams aren't really running much offense. They're just kind of running and gunning, and it's a fun feel to the game.
Caleb Thomas' first free throw is up and rattles around and in.
And that's what you end up doing in AAU. You're just like running up and down the court because everybody's just kind of playing selfish in AAU. Not the case here today, but.
Second shot, good. We're now tied up again at 45, Nick. 2:35 left in this third quarter.
Yeah, really good high school basketball game right now.
Gabbert now. 3 fouls on Seams right now. And it'll be a turnover as Brammer tried to keep possession. He couldn't. Timeout called for by the Spartans. We'll take one as well. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're tuning to West Virginia High School Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back in 30.
For you guys who wait till the last minute to buy her gift, check out our winning play that scores big in your home on Christmas morning. Ready? Hike into your car, rush to our store, but don't speed. Then we huddle over the cases, pick the perfect gift, wrap it, and hand it off to you. You rush out with the winning gift held tight, and on Christmas morning, you hand it off to her. She opens it, and baby, it's a touchdown. She loves it. Ready for the winning play? Come see us at Bechtel Jewelers, Route 11 South, Inwood.
Welcome back here to the Cardinal Coliseum, tied up between the Spring Mills Cardinals and the Greenbrier East Spartans. 45 all, 2:22 left in the third quarter. Exciting one so far, Nick.
It is. It's kind of been an up-tempo game, and I like the feel of it.
Cheek now has it, passes to Davis. He'll spot up the three. That one sunk. 9 points for Austin Davis off the bench, makes it 48-45 Cardinals.
All he does is nail triples.
Yes, that's what he does. Brammer now to Patton. Patton passes it over to Monquel Davis. Monquel Davis tries to get Seams involved. He ends up dribble driving in. Shot misdirected. Maybe a block for Thomas. Don't know how that'll be indicated, but taken by Robinson. Robinson now to Anderson. Anderson has the ball pocketed, and it'll remain Cardinal basketball, I believe. And that it will. 1:36 left in this third quarter. Anderson inbounds to Cheek. Cheek out of the basket. He'll lay that one off the glass and in. Keyshawn Cheek. Another basket up to 16 points for the sophomore. 50-45, a 5-point difference now. Davis gets him past half court. Now over to Branham. Branham tries to get it to Patton, but they're going to be, I believe, an off-ball foul. Be a push. Did not get the number there. Oh, on Robinson. That's his second foul of the day. Inbounded now to Brammer. Brammer finds Seams. Seams now to Brammer. Brammer had a few good threes, but he'll dribble drive in. That one off the mark, no good, but he's fouled by Austin Davis. So back-to-back fouls for the Cardinals.
Yeah, so, I mean, Spring Mills has built itself a little lead here at 5 points. We talked about in the pregame how Greenbrier East, kind of struggled in these close games a year ago. If you're Spring Mills, as we get closer to the fourth quarter, free throw shooting's been an issue for you in the past. You want to clean that up. So both these teams need to learn how to finish and win games down the stretch, and this is the perfect early season game to help you do that.
Both shots by Brammer were good. It's 47 now, 50 Cardinals on top. Cheek brings the pass to timeline. He'll pass to Thomas.
That's the first 2 points for Brammer.
Yeah, and he had, 11, 13? He had 11 points last night. Now to Thomas. Thomas over to Davis. He'll spot up another three. That one's through. 9. Actually, 12 now for Austin Davis.
Austin Money Davis doesn't mess around in the Coliseum.
Brammer now handling the ball. He'll shoot a three on Davis. That one off the mark, no good. Caleb Robinson up for the rebound. He'll go back the other way now, and he'll take it to the rack, and that one's good. Caleb Thomas now up to 7 points, 55-47 as the Cardinals open up an 8-point lead here with under 15 left in this third quarter.
Honestly, I don't know what Davis's actual nickname is, but everybody had nicknames in the opening.
Yeah.
We'll have to figure that one out.
Three on the way. That one is no good. Coming from Gabbert, 2 and 1. Buzzer beater on the way, no good off the glass. But the Cardinals on top, 55-47. As we head into the fourth quarter, we'll be back after this 60-second break. You're tuned into West Virginia High School basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 back in 60.
The holidays are for making memories, and Honda can help you make them. Whether it's hauling presents in a capable Ridgeline, going sledding in an adventurous Pilot, or traveling in a rugged Passport or CRV. Make memories during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
See dealer for financing details.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
Welcome back here to the Cardinal Coliseum as we start the fourth quarter here on TV 10. Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. Reminder, we'll have Spring Mills girls basketball action after this one concludes as they host Bridgeport. We'll take a probably 5-minute break as Colin will come down here and get ready to take over for me. We'll swap spots, but our crew today, Colin McLaughlin on camera, Braden Schaffner also on camera, Dylan Bishop back in the studio, Nick Verzolini alongside me. I'm Spencer Dupuy. Happy to have you with us. 55-47. Cardinals on top of the Spartans here in a great clash between two top 15 teams in Quad A. Cardinals get the ball to start the fourth quarter. Inbounded from Anderson to Cheek. Now back to Anderson. Anderson trying to find somewhere to go for it. He'll hand it off to Robinson. Robinson trying to find somewhere to go. He'll dribble around past to Cheek. Cheek now will dribble drive in. He'll lay that one up and in. Keyshawn Cheek now up to 18 points on the day. 7:32 left in the ball game. 57-47. Seams now dribble drives in. He gets the ball taken away but gets it back to himself. He'll pass it over to Davis. Davis now takes it out of the top of the key to Brammer. Brammer now to Seams as he'll run the offense here at the top of the key. He'll pass that one over to Brammer from 3. That one not there. Rebounded by Thomas. Thomas will go the other way now. Pass it over to Davis. Davis picks up the dribble. It's going to get taken away there by Monquel Davis. Monquel Davis going the distance. That one's no good. But it'll be a foul, an offensive foul.
Travel.
He traveled trying to get up to the hoop.
You don't see that called too often.
You don't. And if you heard there, what are you looking at from one of the Greenbrier East parents? Caleb Thomas now to Anderson. To Robinson. Robinson dribble drives in, lays it off the glass and in. 5 points now for Caleb Robinson.
Caleb Robinson just did his best Keyshawn Cheek impersonation.
He did. 59-47, 6:25 left in the contest. Now in the corner to Huffman. Huffman now looking for somewhere to go. He dribble drives in. He hands it off to Thomas, but they're going to get a foul here. Off-ball foul?
Yeah. But we went back to the nicknames earlier. Luke Samples' nickname is Luke the Human Torch Samples. What do you think about that one, Spencer?
That was pretty funny.
You think that's his favorite member of the Fantastic Four?
I guess so, unless somebody made it up for him. Now,
Like
Gabbard has it. He tries to go in. No good. Rebound. Fought for. Got by Davis. Now to Robinson. Robinson, take it back the other way. Too much, though. And a jump ball. It'll go the way of the Spartans.
No, it's going to be. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the Spartans.
Sorry. I thought I heard them saying white ball, but no, they said black ball. Now the next one will go Spring Mills direction.
Davis brings it inbounds. Gets it past the timeline here. Passes it over to Brammer. Brammer now back to Davis. Davis gets a screen. Now in the corner to Brammer, just inside the three-point arc, no good. Rebounded by Cheek. Cheek will dribble it past half court. Tried the no-look pass to Thomas, but it goes off of a Greenbrier East player. Now, are they calling a foul on that one? I guess so.
Yeah, they did.
It'll be on Cheek. That was the second foul of the day.
They did kind of run into a man after he threw that pass. If he gets that pass to Caleb Thomas has to dunk that.
Yeah.
This place, the Cardinal Coliseum, would turn into the Cardinal Outdoor Arena if he dunks that.
59-47 the score with the Cardinals on top. 5:34 remaining in this very competitive contest that now just has the Cardinals opening up to a 12-point lead.
Yeah, it was 17-12 in the third quarter in favor of Spring Mills. I believe it's 2-0.
Another foul here.
Or 4-0 here in the fourth quarter of Spring Mills. So, I mean, this is what we talked about
earlier.
earlier.
On Robinson, his third foul.
Greenbrier East needs to learn how to play in close games. They didn't win close games last year. 4 buzzer beaters beat them. Can they do better this season so far? I mean, this one was close, and you've kind of let it slip away. You got 5:21 left. You're down by 12. You're still not out of it. How do you kind of refocus and get back into it?
Free throw shot on the way from Patton is good. Makes it 59-48.
Spring Mills make free throws down the stretch if it comes down to that.
That one no good. Rebounded by none other than Caleb Thomas. Over to Cheek. Cheek now gets it past the timeline. And they got a timeout called by head coach Luke Samples. Fourth quarter brought to you on TV 10 by the Kelly Allstate Insurance. For all your insurance needs, you can call Gary Kelly at 304-263-4596 or stop by 724 Lakeview Drive in Martinsburg. Also brought to you on TV 10 by Ollie's VIP Northside, the best local spot to catch sports or hang out with friends. Stop by 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. Ollie's VIP will see you for the game. And Nick, you kind of mentioned it there, that third quarter, the Cardinals were able to do better in that latter half of the quarter and thus get out to this now 11-point lead.
Yeah, Spring Mills has built itself a comfortable lead at 11, but not too comfortable. There's still a lot of time left in this ball game for the Spartans to make things interesting, but I've been impressed with Spring Mills so far today, and I think Coach Sample's taking this time out. Just wants to make sure his guys are ready to play down the stretch, execute on a few more things offensively, because this has kind of been how the games have gone, or how the game has gone for Spring Mills. They go on a little run and then they kind of cool off a little bit. They haven't really had any issues necessarily, but they've had a few offensive fouls and not like turnovers in the middle of the floor that really hurt you. But they kind of I think they needed the timeout. You still have your lead now. So again, Coach Samples has done a good job of managing this game. When they were down 1, he took a timeout earlier. Here, he takes a timeout with an 11-point lead. Some coaches will let it get down to 6 or 5, but he's not doing that. He's making sure the game is in control for his team when he's taking these big timeouts.
5:05 left. Now Caleb Thomas has it. His shot is blocked by Seams, and I believe it'll go back to Greenbrier East. That it will.
Yeah, I mean, too, you try to draw something up out of the timeout. You get a pretty good look for Thomas. Looks like Spring Mills thought he got fouled, but no call. Austin
Davis on the bench now. Seams has to pass it away as he's falling to the ground over to Davis. Davis has the ball taken away by Thomas, and it's a jump ball. It'll go back Spring Mills' way.
They called that on Caleb Thomas. I mean, I saw more of a rip through from Davis, but
that's his third foul now.
Well, that makes it 1-1 too, because Spring Mills now has 17 fouls this half. So I don't know. I definitely saw a jump ball. I was surprised there was even a foul called at all.
If there was a foul, I mean, from where we saw, I thought it was kind of swatted from a Greenbrier East player on the follow-through. I thought maybe that's what they would call, if anything, but I didn't think there would be a foul.
Yeah, I didn't think so either, but it is what it is.
It's on Caleb Thomas, his third foul. 3 guys on the Cardinals with 3 fouls. Thomas, Robinson, and Anderson. At the charity stripe now is Davis. His shot is up and no good for the 1-1. Rebounded by Thomas. Now to Cheek. 4:40 and counting with Cardinals on top, 59-48. That could have been a momentum swing there, but missed the 1-1 attempt, so it'll be Cardinals basketball. Now over to Anderson. Anderson looking for somewhere to go with it. He's going to pass over to Robinson. Robinson finds Thomas, but the ball's taken away by Patton. Going back now to Seams. Seams tries to figure out what to do. Robinson nearly takes it away. Down low. That one is through from Huffman.
Well, what a bounce pass by Adam Seams. Able to get that one underneath to his guy Huffman to finish the layup. And Seams hasn't had a great impact offensively in terms of scoring, but he's gotten his fair share of assists.
Now over to Franklin. Franklin to Anderson. Anderson to Cheek.
Spring Mills needs a bucket here.
Cheek tried to pass it to Anderson. That ball is taken away by Patton. Now to Seams. 59-50 is the score with Cardinals on top. 3:38 left in the contest. Another easy layup for Huffman. That's back-to-back layups. And that'll cause Spring Mills to call a timeout. We'll take one with them. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're tuning to West Virginia High School Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back in 30.
Ollie's VIP North Side is the best spot to catch all your favorite teams. Join us Monday for Dollar Wings and Monday Night Football. Thursdays on the patio for the Cornhole Tourney. Friday night lights with happy hour specials, or Saturdays during or after the college games for steak night. Get a ribeye or New York steak for just $26.95. Ollie's has great food and drink menus too, along with 17 TVs to watch any game of your choice from anywhere at the bar or their outdoor patio and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP North Side. We'll see you for the game.
5-minute break, maybe.
Should have done that at halftime.
I don't even know where Goski is. Welcome back here to the Cardinal Coliseum. 59-52, Cardinals on top. Again, we'll have the doubleheader action as Spring Mills girls Cardinals take on Bridgeport. Approximately 25 minutes. I don't know if they're going to put 30 minutes on the clock just because you're going to a different team. They might put 25 minutes, maybe 20. Who knows? We'll figure it out at the end of this ball game. But we're going to do a quick post-game show. Dylan, you hear that back in the studio. And then we'll transition with Colin coming down here. And then we'll get going for that game. But we still got this game to go, Nick. 59-52, Cardinals on top. But the lead that was once 12 is now just 7.
Yeah, just poor execution from Spring Mills in this fourth quarter. Just 4 points, a lot of turnovers, a lot of offensive fouls. And they execute better here in this final 3:30.
Keyshawn Cheek has it, dribble, drives in, and he gets his own rebound after he's unable to do it. Get it in, and that one is once again in. He's now up to 20 points on the day.
Well, Cheek didn't draw the foul, but he stuck with the play and finished.
61-52 the score, 3:09 left. Passes over now to Davis. Davis spots up the three. That one off the mark, no good. Max Anderson up for the rebound. And the ball nearly taken away to Cheek. Now to Robinson on the other end. He lays it up and in. Keyshawn Robinson now an 11-point lead, 63-52. It could have been the exclamation point with 2:45 left. Ball nearly taken away by Robinson. Oh, no, they're going to say it's going to be Cardinal basketball.
Hey, well, he threw it right out of bounds. But I don't know why Davis didn't shoot that three on the last possession right away. He took that dribble, and it wasn't really necessary.
I think a timeout potentially here. I guess. I don't know. Even the ref in front of us doesn't know what's going on.
Apparently there's a timeout taken, I think, by Greenbrier East. But Spring Mills has built an 11-point lead, and it's weird. It feels like now on this last few possessions out of that last timeout that Spring Mills is the team with the 8 seniors. Like there's some poor execution down the stretch for Greenbrier East. And just a few moments ago, I know is the complete opposite, but that's how basketball goes, right? It's a game of runs, and who can have the longer or the better runs throughout the ball game. And so far, it's been Spring Mills. It should be Cardinal basketball, though. Why is it Greenbrier East ball? Yeah, there we go. We'll figure it out.
Max Anderson should be in the leader on the court there.
Well, I mean, he's the quarterback. He's got to be the leader.
He's got some nice kicks here today.
You like those? Want me to buy you a pair for Christmas?
Or my birthday in 2 days now?
Nah. We'll see.
What is going on here? Coach Sample's trying to get some explanation.
Let the timeout roll out or whatever, I guess, was what was going on there.
Coach Sample's trying to get some explanation as well. Here with 2:41 left in the ballgame, 63-52 Cardinals in control. Inbounded from Anderson to Cheek. Cheek now will slow it down here, 2:35 and counting left in the ballgame. Passes over to Thomas. Back to Cheek. Cheek at the top of the key. And he puts the ball on the ground here to dribble it. And looking for set something up on the offense. He'll pass it over to Thomas. Thomas turns it over. It's now Davis the other way and nearly passed the ball out of bounds, but it'll be a three on the way from, that was Gabbert, but no good. Down to Robinson. His layup is good. Some clutch layups by Caleb Robinson here late in this ball game. Makes it 65-52, under 2 to go.
Well, that's what Caleb Robinson's kind of made his money on over the years, if he could make money playing basketball, because he just runs the floor really well, and he's always seems to be in the perfect spot to finish on a fast break, and that's what he's been able to do here today.
Another foul coming up here.
You know what's impressive, Spencer? Both these teams have pretty much barely used their benches, and these guys are still, running 100 miles an hour up and down the floor. They're well-conditioned teams, but this one really slipping away from Greenbrier East.
Yeah, I believe, 3 guys off the bench for Greenbrier East, just 1 in Davis for the Cardinals. 1-and-1 is on the way from Seams, is no good. Rebounded there by Thomas. Thomas now to Anderson. Believe there's a foul on the play.
Well, Seams going for just 4 points to this point has been one of the biggest keys of, this, what looks like it's going to be a victory for Spring Mills.
Yeah, foul on Gabbert. That is his third. Into Cheek. Cheek trying to get past the timeline. That he does. He does some antics. Now over to Davis in the corner from 3. That one's off the mark. It was bound to miss at some point, right?
Nobody's perfect.
65-53. Seams now had to stop. Now he hands it off to Pat, or passes to Pat, and Pat now at the top of the key, under 1:25 to go. Now over to Davis. Davis dribble drives in on Thomas. That one's blocked, but Seams seems to get it. Now no look pass to Huffman. And that is good. 65-55 with a timeout now coming from Greenbrier East.
Huffman's been good down low. He's contributed
8 points this half.
13 points total. So he's been down there and getting his buckets down low, but just not consistency from Greenbrier East offensively. Spring Mills has out-executed them throughout this ball game. So
last few minutes here, couple minutes here, timeout, and it's a 10-point ball game. I didn't think it would be a 10-point ball game at this point in the game, Nick. I thought it was going to be a little bit closer. That was going to be like a tight, maybe 3 to 7 point ball game.
Well, I mentioned in the pregame, I thought that the quick start was really important for Greenbrier East because as the game goes on, my concern was would the Spartans, since it's so early in the year, kind of run out of gas since they're coming off just playing last night. And I wonder if that might have been part of the case for this game. You know, is Greenbrier East kind of running out a little bit of gas because they had a very quick turnaround. That game last night ended around 9:15, 9:20. You get back to the hotel probably around 10, 10:30 after maybe grabbing some food as well, and then you come back to the next day and you have to play another game back-to-back early in the year. So that can be tough. And I wonder if this team might have ran out of gas just a little bit here in the second half. And that's what has helped Spring Mills also pull away. But if Spring Mills does get this win, which it looks like they're going to,
Keyshawn Cheek fouled there.
You throw out all those other factors and you just say, hey, this is an impressive win for the Cardinals. This is a statement win at the end of the day.
It's the third foul on Davis. Inbounded now to Caleb Thomas here. 1 minute and 4 seconds left. He's fouled. That'll be the 5th foul. They got 2 more to give, or 1 more to give for the 1-and-1.
Well, 2 more to get to 1-and-1.
2 more to get to 1.
You were correct there.
Yeah. 65-55, 104 left. Inbounded to Cheek. Cheek in the corner. He passes that one, and it's over to Seams. Now down to Patton. Patton the other way. He lays that one up and in. Patton now with 6 points this half. Robinson dribble drives all the way in, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line.
Despite, all that, it's still only an 8-point game.
Coach Sample's still not happy with his team because they're not communicating on the floor. Seems to be the issue here. But Robinson at the line. Sinks the first one.
Yeah, even with what looks like could be a win over a top 10 team in the state, there's still a lot Spring Mills needs to work on. But if you are already playing at your peak at this point in the year, then you're not going to go very far in March. So
67-57, 45
being able
seconds
to
left.
improve throughout the year, that's always important.
And Robinson takes it away, and now going back the other way, 39 seconds left. It'll be a kick ball, but it'll go off the knee, actually, of Robinson. Robinson's played some stellar defense this half.
Yeah, I mean, he's done a lot of good things, I think, for this team. Caleb Robinson being a big contributor for the squad.
3 points in the first half, had 8 in this half.
He's not necessarily a big scorer.
A 3 on the way. That one from Patton makes it 67-60. 26 and a half seconds left, Nick.
Yeah, Robinson's not necessarily a big scorer, but he can contribute on defense. He'll score when he has to. Again, I mean, we got a 7-point game here, so it's not completely over. It's like 2.5 possessions if you can get fouled on a 3-pointer. That's why I put through the half in there. But really, it's 3-possession game still. Realistically, it's 7 points, so you can get a couple of threes, though, quickly and maybe get some steals. Crazier things have happened.
Yeah. But it's a 7-point ball game, 67-60, as we're under 30 seconds left, just over 25 seconds left in this ball game, and this has kind of been as advertised.
Yeah, it's been a fun game, and again, it doesn't define your season, win or lose for either team, but it gets you that kind of early season win that says, hey, we can compete with just about anybody in the state, I think, for both these teams, because I would say Spring Mills is definitely underlooked there, or overlooked, I guess is the correct terminology. 26 and a half seconds here, but I think they're definitely overlooked as a 13th team in the state. I'd definitely put them higher than that, so they've battled.
Anderson trying to inbound it, trying to find a guy to inbound it to. He inbounds it to Franklin. Franklin gets it now down to Cheek. Cheek will try to go up for the dunk, and he's fouled. He hits the court hard, but he gets back up.
Yeah, you see Seams right away. It's like, are you all right, man? Because he did not want to, obviously injure Keyshawn Cheek on that play. Just two guys going hard toward the end of the game. And you like to see that. The game hasn't really gotten chippy or anything like that. These are just two teams playing really hard and playing great basketball this afternoon.
17.7 seconds left. First shot on the way from Cheek. That one is through. He's up to 21 on the day.
It's just your typical Keyshawn Cheek performance.
Second one is through. Now 22 points for the sophomore. Greenbrier East inbounds it. They get it now to Gabbert. Gabbert looked to shoot a three. Then he passes to Patton. Patton's three on the way. No good. Rebounded there by Seams. Seams trying to find somewhere to go with it. That's back to Patton. Patton's three on the way. That one is through from Patton. Beats the buzzer there, but the final score from the Cardinal Coliseum, 69-63. The Spring Mills Cardinals get a statement victory over the number 6 Greenbrier East Spartans. Nick, your quick thoughts on this one?
Really fun game between two good teams in the state of West Virginia. I think, like you said, statement win for Spring Mills, being a young basketball team, knowing that this year was going to be a good year for them, I think, but maybe it could be a great year. Maybe they could really do something special here at Spring Mills. But an early season win, we'll see how these two teams perform as the year goes on. But you got to be excited about it if you're the Cardinals. And if you're Greenbrier East, you battled back-to-back days playing basketball, never easy. But they played well, I think, and gave a good effort. So a fun basketball game, and congratulations to the Cardinals on getting this win. And we'll see where they go from here, but I'm excited about this Spring Mills team moving forward.
I am as well, and we'll step aside for 1 minute, then we'll have the Palace Lounge postgame show. You're tuned in to West Virginia High School Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 back in 60.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
Welcome back here to the Cardinal Coliseum for the postgame show, brought to you by Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. Full lunch and dinner menu with daily specials in a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. The final score here, 69-63 in favor of the Spring Mills Cardinals over the Greenbrier East Spartans. Cardinals now 2-0, the Spartans now 1-1, and Nick, a pretty impressive game all around, and this is kind of what we expected today, but I'll let you calculate those numbers, and we'll kind of just I'll talk about this game. It was a very tight game headed into halftime. And then it seemed like Spring Mills pulled away, but it ended up just being a 6-point ball game. Overall, it's a statement win for the Cardinals against the number 6 team in Class Quad A here as the clock starts, the 20-minute clock for pregame warm-ups. So a tip-off slated for around 3 o'clock here, but we'll get you started with these game stats. I'll get you started with the Spring Mills stats. Brought to you by Bechtel Jewelers, West Virginia's largest Pandora retail on Route 11 South and Inwood, taking care of you like nobody's business. Keyshawn Cheek having another Keyshawn Cheek performance. 22 points on the day for the sophomore. 12 for both Austin Davis and Max Anderson. You got 11 for Caleb Robinson, 7 for Caleb Thomas, with a ton of probably 4 or 5 blocks in there. And then Jalen Franklin gets 5 points on the day. And overall, just your typical Spring Mills performance, it appears.
Yeah, really balanced effort from the Cardinals. So, a good win for them. And, I was impressed with what Spring Mills was able to do. You're talking about Keyshawn Cheek leading the way, but you get Robinson to get some big baskets down the stretch. Austin Davis as well. Max Anderson did his thing. So I'm impressed with Spring Mills. I think a really good start to the year. They're 2-0 against two quality teams in Millbrook as well as this Greenbrier East team. So good start to the year. The Greenbrier East leaders today, 22 from Patton, 13 from Huffman, 5 from Libby, 9 from Gabbert. So pretty good day, but I think holding seams to just 4 points. That's a huge storyline at the end of the day for Spring Mills, and they'll definitely be happy with that effort defensively if you're Coach Luke Samples.
Yeah, they definitely will, and obviously you're going to clean some things up, but it's early in the season, just game 2 for the Cardinals. They've still got a lot to look forward to, and Nick, as we do this quick post-game show, we'll jump in to the player of the game, brought to you by WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers. Leading healthcare here and everywhere. I think I know where you're going to go with this one.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. I mean, you did have some great efforts, but I think Keyshawn Cheek's ability to just score down the stretch when you really needed him to and create for others would be my player of the game with his 22 points. But I also want to give credit to Max Anderson for his 12 points in his defense, but you got to go with Cheek, I think, just the way he led this team and continues to lead this team offensively.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you on that. As we begin to wrap things up here, we'll get ready for about a 5-minute break to get you swinging. We'll bring Colin in here, and I'll swap with him here. But a 69-63 final. The Spring Mills Cardinals improved to 2-0 on the season on the boys' side. The Greenbrier East Spartans fall to 1-1. So for our cameramen, Braden Schaffner, Colin McLaughlin, Dylan Bishop, you won't unfortunately hear from him because we've only got about 17 minutes until game time. For Nick Verzolini, I'm Spencer Cruz saying so long. On the other side of this 5-minute break, you will hear Colin McLaughlin alongside Nick Verzolini. You've been tuned into West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and T10. When we come back, it'll be girls basketball. Back in 5 minutes.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Thinking about making that big move but don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group. Chris is a Martinsburg High School graduate and knows the local market, and he's proven it for the past 15 years at Milestone Real Estate Group. Looking to sell or buy a home? Phone 304-579-7349. That's 304-579-7349. Or go to callchrisross.com. Making milestones is our business.
Ollie's VIP North Side is the best spot to catch all your favorite teams. Join us Monday for Dollar Wings and Monday Night Football, Thursdays on the patio for the Cornhole Tourney, Friday Night Lights with happy hour specials, or Saturdays during or after the college games for Steak Night. Get a ribeye or New York steak for just $26.95. Ollie's has great food and drink menus too, along with 17 TVs to watch any game of your choice from anywhere at the bar or their outdoor patio and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP North Side. We'll see you for the game.
Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, where accident, injury, and disability lawyers with over 120 years combined local trial experience. When injury or illness has stopped you from working, you may be eligible for Social Security disability. Ron Harmon has been winning disability claims for over a quarter of a century. Don't hire some out-of-state firm. Ron Harmon's in Martinsburg. He will meet with you right here in our office. Get a local lawyer you can trust. Call 304-LAWYERS for a free consultation. 304-LAWYERS or 304-263-0900.
Heffley Motor Company, just off I-81 at 993 Hedgesville Road, is a family-owned and operated business providing the Eastern Panhandle with the highest quality pre-owned vehicles and customer service since 1997. Heffley is a pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Call us at 304-267-7172 or see us at 993 Hedgesville Road. And if you want to sell your car, we buy cars too. Check us out at Heffley.com. Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Hi, this is Lauren from Orsini's right here in Martinsburg. Grilling is not just for the boys. We are a Platinum Traeger dealer carrying the Pro Series all the way up to the Timberline Series. We have every flavor of wood pellets along with accessories, rubs, sauces. Not just Traeger, we carry